Every single person is here because they love the sport. They are talented in their own aspect, in their own field, anywhere from the engineer to the mechanic to the shop guy to the truck driver. Every single person has been chosen by the crew chief or by our team owner because he thinks that those are the best people at that job to make his team and make his driver perform the best on Sundays. Everything is very, very detailed at what we do. We have, I think, about 70 people in the fab shop, and our cars actually start from the ground up with a piece of metal on the rack. They'll fabricate the chassis, put an actual body on it. Then it'll roll out to another group of about 12 guys that are mechanics. Those guys will put the motor in it. Within about 7 weeks, that car will be on the racetrack. It's not just a car that you go to a manufacturer and buy. A lot of people that are involved in the garage grew up racing. We all, at some form or fashion, either drove, worked on cars on a Saturday night, and then we knew we wanted to make it to this level of racing. This is a very unique sport. It's not just something where you go buy a car, you slap some decals on it, you put a driver in it, and you go drive. There's a lot of heart and soul and passion into this sport that not a whole lot of people appreciate. And until you get the opportunity to come in the garage, to go through a shop, to see how much time, effort, dedication, money is put into this, you don't fully get an appreciation for it.
I feel very fortunate to have made it to the highest form of American auto racing, racing in NASCAR. You know, there's only 40 spots available on Sundays, and there's hundreds of thousands of race car drivers throughout the country. And I've gotten the right opportunities throughout my racing career and been in touch with the right people at the right times to make it. Just got to work hard and execute. That's the biggest thing about our sport, is just executing. When you have a winning car, you need to do everything you can right to win with it. And if you have a 5th to 8th place car, you need to try your hardest to finish somewhere in that region. What's special about Pocono is the other tracks have 4 corners. Each end is pretty similar. Where here, turn 1 is way different than turns 2 or 3. So everything about this place is tricky, and it seems like it's tougher and tougher every time we come back. You're watching this corner come up, and it feels like you're going 250 miles an hour down the straightaway, and then you kind of drop off into the corner a little bit, and it's easy for your car to get really loose and out of control, and we're really having to steer the car through turn 1. And then the tunnel turn 2 is a really sketchy corner. You're going really fast on the straightaway. You got to make a pretty tight turn. Try not to slow down a lot so you can keep your momentum up. It's really bumpy through the middle of the tunnel turn there, and then the exit of that corner. It's easy to just lose grip and make mistakes. Turn 3 is such a flat corner. It's easy, because it is so flat, to get really loose in. Turn 1 has the banking to hold your car, where turn 3 is really flat. You also want to get off turn 3 really good, because that's the longest straightaway in our sport, so it's easy to lose ground there and get past. It's just so totally different than all the other racetracks.
Every Sunday is a very high tension, because you're always stressed. You don't want to be that guy that makes a mistake. So you double check and sometimes triple check your job just to make sure that you have everything exactly perfect.
I don't think any driver really thinks about the fear or the dangers of racing. If you think about the dangers, it's easy to take a step back and not race as hard and not run to your full potential. So I don't ever think about fear or anything like that. Obviously, I know it's part of what we do, and the risk is always there, but I try not to worry about that stuff. If I get hurt, I get hurt, and hopefully I don't.
You're anxious because you want to get the race going. You're anxious to see how your car is going to perform. You're anxious to make sure that nothing terrible happens. And then you're anxious to get to the end of the race.
Everybody come back to 1 to go here. 160 laps. Just be smart. A lot's going to happen here throughout the race. So just got to make sure we're there at the end of it. Got a long time to get that thing better. We'll be fine. Pace cars off in front. Leader 5 to the box. Get ready. 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 Red green flag. Green flag.